Hello everyone and welcome back to today's another curious topic. So today I'm creating here the two essential project oriented programming concept in JavaScript like classes and inheritance. So classes provide a blueprint for creating object and inheritance allows own class to inherit the properties and the method of another. This makes our code more readable and organized. Okay, so today the first example here, I'm creating the basic class and also using a inheritance to extend a class. Okay, so first the example for creating the basic class called the person. This class will save the two properties name and the age, and method called the instruct to create the person. Okay, so first of all type the class name. So using the class name, just like here is a person. Okay, then I'm using here is a curly bracket. So this inside I'm creating is it, just calling the constructor and the properties just like here is the same name and the age. Okay, and next I'm creating here is a curly bracket. Now I'm using here is dot notation and declare the name and the name parameter. Okay, again apply this dot style, the age is equal to the age parameters. Okay, is it perfect? Then I'm using here the method for is an intro. Okay, so introduce and also creating this curly bracket. So now here I'm using the output statement is a console logged method. So here I'm just type the message for, so first of all type the for hello. Okay, so output as a man, name is okay, and using this dollar symbol and also using these curly brackets, this inside first of all I am taking this dot notation and the type of a name attributes, and also type here this typewriter is being involved. Hang on, and again apply this dollar symbol and using this curly brackets. So here I'm typing this dot notation, the age, and also creating here it's a year old. Okay, so here you can see here is completely creating and almost this program, and in this outside here I'm creating an instance of class. Okay, so now I'm again creating here is a constructor is a constant, and then type is a person's one is equal to, and also type here is a new person. So now I'm creating here the new person name is Henry, and Henry's age is 30. Okay, and also notice calling this object for inheritance or just instance person 1 2 is apply this method and these functions. Okay, so you can see this example is perfectly defined. A person plus a constructor or network is initialized name age and introduce network output a grading. Okay, so now just I'm saving this code and let me run this code now, and you can see here see the result. So as you can see here, the perfectly see the result for hello, my name is Henry and I'm 30 years old. That's mean just you then create and install all the class and all the methods. Okay, so it's perfectly understanding in this video. Okay, so now just I'm going for creating this another example. So here I'm creating this inheritance for accessing a class. Okay, so you can create a new class called the student that inherits from the person class, and the student class will have the additional properties like course and a method to introduce the student along with their course. Okay, next I'm creating here, so just rowing for is another state here, and now creating here is another class. Okay, you can see here, first of all, I'm creating it a game from, you can see just creating this other class name. It's not now, it's defined, this is outside. I'm creating this another class. Okay, so just remove this, or in this insert is creating this class. First of all, I'm type this class name is a student. Okay, so just type the student and exchange. Okay, so exchange for this. So using this pooling for here is a person. Okay, then also in here I'm just creating add for the parameters. So first of all here I'm add for is a, so just define the name. Okay, and again inside it for the age, and also putting another parameter in the course. Okay, so this inside, first of all I'm creating here is the again one, so you can and see here is creating this. So just use a copy this and just going for the next step, and here just in this line. Okay, so here I'm paste and then creating for this is a name, age, and the course. Now just calling for here, call the parent class in a constructor. Now I'm using a super make for an insert class including in a name, and secondly including here is a age. Okay, and then using for here is this dot notation, and then creating this parameter is for is to equal to, again type this force. Okay, the next step here I'm creating for this intro dot. Okay, so introducing using a properly using this curly bracket. So now I'm here, I'm type for this super method. Okay, super dot, the method is introduced, and this method is properly just calling the parent class method. Okay, so now I'm using the output statement is a console.log method. So this instance I'm creating here another method. So first of all type here studio ing study using the curly brackets. So here I'm using for first of all type those dog notes, and I'm also using this course. Okay, creating this semicolon. Okay, is done. Next I'm creating here, just remove, and you can see here it almost is done, and then creating an instance of the student class. First of all here I'm creating this another of student. Here I'm creating for again, just type the constructor. I'm creating for a person2, sorry, person2 is equal to using for the new person, apply for the new person, name is a stone. So sometimes the person name is James, and the James will be 24, and also here the scores are for the computer side. Okay, you can see here is computer, and okay, and just now just calling for your first of all type this, so you can see here, I'm just using this not the person, is called the student. Okay, so as to so the student, sorry, student one, and the next step here, I'm just calling for the student one dot the introduced in the network. So you can see here it will completely create in this program, and here I'm perfectly applied. So now just saving this code and click on this run icon. So as you can see here, it's properly printing here. So next step is the printing for. So it's using the my name is James and I'm 30 and 24 years old. Okay, so you can see here this will not define this, so just I'm going for again and extend for just again running this code. Okay, so just I am remove this, and I hope you proper understanding in this tutorial topic, and here is completely working for the JavaScript like classes and inheritance. Okay,